To be honest, I knew heading into the game it was most likely going to be my last one. I met with the board on Friday morning and they told me quite frankly that my position was under serious threat. I knew that I was on borrowed time and I had been for quite some time. And, I wanted to bow out to the fans in my final game in charge of a victory and say thank you for all the support over the year and a half we spent together. I know this has been a very tough start to the season and obviously I take full responsibility for that. You know me, I'm not going to throw our players under the bus. That's not my strategy. I take the blame, I take the responsibility. Quite frankly, it's just been a very tough beginning. And I really wanted to bow out with a victory and say to the fans, look, we're not going to win the title this year, we're not going to retain it, but we can still be in a European race. But unfortunately, it just didn't really work out that way. And, it's just been a very tough wake-up call, not just for the team, I'm sure, but for myself as well. And, I've loved my time here. I've absolutely loved my time here. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but I've loved my time here, and I'm not going to throw our players under the bus at all. It's been tough, it's been gruelling, and this is probably best for both parties as well. I'll leave Leverkusen with some fantastic memories, and I wish them all the best for the future. Yeah, as for myself, I don't know what's going to happen next. I might take some time off, I'm not entirely sure. It depends really, but I feel confident it won't be long before I'm back in the game. I love this game. I love this game. I've dedicated so many of my years to it. I've had an amazing managerial career thus far, and I feel confident that no matter what happens next, I'll get a new job pretty soon, and I'll go where I'm loved. I'm sure. I feel confident there'll be a job for me where I'll be loved.
You don't always get what you want in life, and sometimes you just have to accept failure and disappointment. After a terrible start to my second season at the Bayarena, where we were already 18 points off Bayern Munich in top spot, a whopping double-digit point deficit in the race for the Champions League, knocked out of the DFB Pokal in the second round and on the verge of Champions League group stage exit humiliation, I was not surprised to find out the Leverkusen board had decided to give me the sack. My contract terminated, my first dismissal in my managerial career did not feel good. But when one door closes, another one opens. I decided to take a 2-week vacation, but to be honest, I was kind of sick of painting and playing golf. I wanted to get back to managing a club. And when I received a phone call on the back 9 of the Belfry, I couldn't work out who was on the other end of the line. But all I heard was a distorted voice from someone saying, "It's time to come home." Sheffield United had just let go their manager, and there was only one man they wanted to replace him with. My return to Bramall Lane confirmed Sheffield United, I am back. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is indeed episode number 188, and it is indeed the return. That's right, we have returned to Sheffield United after 5 seasons away from the Blades. Well, technically it's 4.5 seasons away from the Blades. We are back at Bramall Lane for season 9, where we take over at the beginning of December as I return to Yorkshire. As you can see, Sheffield United right now are sat in 8th place in the Premier League table. They are 3 points off Arsenal in 6th and Watford in 5th in the race for the Europa League. They're also 4 points off Chelsea in 4th place in the race for Champions League and 12 points behind the Red Devils, who right now lead the way in the Premier League table, but are having a pretty good season, all things considered, and they're well clear of the drop zone right now. They're into the Carabao Cup semi-finals, where they'll be taking on Liverpool over 2 legs, and as you can see, in their first season back in European football after we left them at the end of season 4, they've topped their group in the Europa League undefeated and are in to the round of 32. So yes, the Blades right now are doing pretty well, but after a shaky patch of form, a manager who was teetering on the edge of dismissal, they decided to pull the plug, let him go, and they've replaced him with myself. I won Sheffield United their first ever European honour, And as you can see by their objectives in my first season back in charge, they want me to do it again. They want me to win the Europa League again, finish in the top 4 and reach the final of the FA Cup as well. I'm back at Bramall Lane, but that board are expecting miracles. They said we're happy to have you back here, but we're telling you right now, you better deliver the good stocks. You couldn't do it domestically with us in 4 seasons. No trophies domestically in 4 seasons. Yes, you want us our first ever European title, but it's time to start winning things here at Bramall Lane. As you can see, the budget they've given me for the January window opening in 3 weeks' time, it's around £64 million of wage budget alterations, although there are rumours right now that the Blades are subject of a possible takeover. There's rumours that a financial investor might be taking over the club and a billionaire might become my new chairman and give me a financial takeover. Whether that goes through or not, or whether it's just speculation, we'll find out in due time. Regardless, with the window right around the corner, this Sheffield United side could do with a little bit of improvement, but I must say this, I really like the team I've returned to. It was always my plan to return here at some point, and I knew for sure that when we came back, those fruits would be ripening. We planted the seeds way back in our early years, and now those youth talents that we got out of the academy are becoming stars in the Premier League. Some of them have left to pastures new, but some are still here and in the prime of their careers, or if not in the prime, about to enter it. There are some familiar faces such as Alfredo Morelos and Oliver McBurney, David Turnbull, several players that we signed that are still here at the Blades as well, along with some new boys too. It's a pretty decent Blade side. Whether we can hit those 3 objectives of reaching the FA Cup final, winning the Europa League and finishing in the top 4, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm back at Bramall Lane. My grey suit with the red polka dot tie is back on, and all I'll say is this: Sheffield United, I love ya. Thank you for taking me back. We've missed you. You know I had to leave to win things domestically at different clubs in major European leagues, but now it was always my plan to come home. I am home, and with unfinished business, it's time to take Sheffield United to the very top. But that will in today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching today's episode. I really hope you did enjoy it. And if you're excited for a return, then please do click the like button. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic evening. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode. My first 2 games back in charge of Sheffield United, away at Ashton Gate against Bristol City, and my return to Bramall Lane at home to Fulham. Come on, Sheffield United!